Hi everybody, welcome back. So this is session 3 of semi-finals day. We already know that Matthew Essick is through to the final. So the other semi-final is between Reg Bamford and Robert Fulford. They are 2 games each, and we'll be hoping to go to the 5th game very soon. Your commentators will be Stephen Mulliner and Chris Clark.
Right, well, back for the deciding fifth game. And we've already got the longest ever golf croquet match in history, I think, Jenny.
Yeah, what are we up to? About 7 hours now?
At 7.5,
Yep.
I would say, for 4 games. Reg will be playing first.
Yep. Oh, it's just a phenomenal comeback from Robert. He was looking out of it. He'd been failing hoops. He hadn't, he'd had a few pretty imperfect shots, and yeah, just from hoop 9 onwards was fantastic. Just a bit lucky at times, but
I mean,
some great shots.
I'm going to say it reminds me of an AC Open final because I think Reg is playing better
Yep.
and Robert is tactically better.
Yeah, and Robert's taking some good position as well, and is tactically better. I think there've been a few things that we've not fully agreed with. I mean, what's your position been on that last game?
I mean, that shot at 11
At 11 was a
that
horror.
Reg played, surely you could just have taken position with that ball.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just taking position. If Robert plays the identical shot to try and sort things out, he's putting blue south. That's getting it cleared. He's putting red through by nothing. That's not very helpful.
Yeah, I mean, Rob was in a position where he couldn't really run 11 very far, and Red should have been happy for him to run it by a few feet and
Yeah.
get first play at 12.
Or just get into a position to jump battle with yellow and black.
Absolutely. Just, 4 foot jumping range just looked solid to me. And there were many other instances during that game where I just wasn't happy with the decision making of the tactics. But anyway, we're off, and the lawn now will start slowing down, won't it? We're about
Well,
5:45ish.
we are. It's a quite a good first shot. He's maybe gone a bit far. I think he's got a shot at the hoop.
I
It's
think he's got a shot at the hoop. Yeah.
5:37, but you can feel it cooling down.
And one of the things about the lawn they're playing on, lawn 4, is that it goes into shadow quite late. So the sun starts on its south boundary, and we get shadow in the first corner area, and then it moves round towards the north boundary, and there's nothing in the way, is there really?
No, this is going to stay absolutely fine.
Been the most gorgeous day. Still no breeze. Still virtually no cloud.
Robert will be grateful for the no breeze. Robert's daughter Riley's 10th birthday today.
That is not the most popular father in the world at the moment, and that's also gone too far, and it may offer Blue a snuggling opportunity later.
Yeah, it's in a bit of danger now. So Reg will try and go closer to the hoop and take advantage of this red position.
This looks short, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's been some bad shots. There's been some physically poor shots at hoop 8 and certainly at hoop 13.
Hoop 8 went on forever, didn't it?
Yeah. And yeah, it wasn't all through brilliance. But yeah, Robert's just got this fantastic dogged play to stay in it, to create himself opportunities, to make the most of what he's got, even when things aren't going physically as well.
And to put his opponent under constant pressure.
Well, pressure to make a very, very bad tactical mistake at 11.
So he's shooting at this blue, so he obviously thinks it's quite good. Doesn't look quite good to me. Yeah, hits it
In the middle.
on the correct side.
Yeah. Pretty central, but yeah. Both balls off the lawn. I can't see.
Yeah, both balls well off the lawn there. Hit it half ball, so they're always going to go off. And, Reg needs to make a choice now, doesn't he? Whether he plays in with blue and forces Red to run a quite long hoop, or whether he's going to try and hit this red ball on the right-hand side and move it out of hoop running position.
I think he's got to shoot at red. You can't just let Rob have a free go. He runs that, he's very likely sailing up to hoop 2. You don't want to let him have that for free, do you?
in the middle, which is okay.
It's left blue on the lawn though, so red can just come back at him.
Well, I was thinking black's hoop is runnable.
Oh, okay.
So I may be wrong about that. Robert's having a look at it, and it is pretty angled. He sort of went to the halfway marker, didn't he? So I don't think he's going to be that worried about it.
Is he taking on the hoop himself then?
Um,
Looks like he's fencing that.
yeah, this is a go at the hoop. Or, no, let's be honest. No, this is a go at the hoop. You can tell by his hand position that this is a go at the hoop, I think.
What's different about his hand position when he's going harder?
I think it just goes a little bit lower.
Okay.
And he lines it up with the mallet flat. Whereas if he's going to take position, he sort of plays it with the toe in the air slightly.
Okay.
Nah, that's his miss on the right again.
Outside way, yeah.
Not very good.
Slightly better than a full miss.
Yeah.
He's still got yellow lurking down there, which will clean up blue if it's any problem.
So this is in line with the halfway marker. So probably about 45-degree hoop. And I think we'll get one of these wibbly ones into the jaws.
He's done a few of them, hasn't he?
This is particularly difficult because the hill goes towards the clubhouse.
Okay. Yes.
So you're actually having to start it off at the near wire, which we never like doing, do we?
Horrible to do, yeah.
We actually like playing it sort of mid-pace into the far wire and letting it sort of hopefully find its way into the jaws.
To be fair, though, he has left himself a free shot at the hoop.
Correct. Blue is almost certainly going to have a go at this if yellow doesn't block.
Had a couple of quite poor, very gentle clearances later on in the previous game.
And I think Ewan was sitting next to me. He'd pointed out he'd missed about 5 consecutive firm clearances as well.
Yeah, we spotted that too up at hoop 9 and then a little bit more the third one at hoop 9 and then something at 10.
Yeah, so I've been telling people that Reg found his top form 3 days ago and he's been just really good. I've seen no evidence of that in this match. He did run hoop 12 from hoop 11.
Yes.
But that's about it.
Fatigue's got to be a factor. I mean, I know some of them have been shorter days, but these chaps have had some long matches.
And Reg, what, 54?
Yeah.
And Robert will be 53 next month.
But they're playing in the World Championship semi-final. So he's clearing black.
It looks that way, doesn't it?
So it's black in front then. I think it's bounced back enough.
It does look that way.
Must be if he's having this go.
That's gone the wrong side with yellow. So this is a strong position for Reg. The question is it sufficiently strong that he just takes position with this ball? And I think he's going to try and run this. You know, Red's too close. If you take position, Red is just going to clear you.
He'll also want to open the shoulders a bit and have a nice shot to get himself into the game.
Yep. Providing you hit the middle of the wire or better.
Yes. Nope.
It wasn't a bad effort,
But
and I think it's bounced back to runnable.
the other principle is, once again, you want to have shots at hoops. You don't want to come back 5-10 minutes later when Rob's run the hoop and go, I was a 7-yarder. I was right in front of my hoop and I didn't take it.
Absolutely. So Rob will clear blue here, and he should be able to afford to hit it in the middle and still get his ball off. Oh, it's close. This is close. Has Red made it off the lawn?
Yeah, I think that last dribble's red off. Yeah, he's putting that back on.
And the reason we're so obsessed with that, yeah, it's come back on, that's really important, is if black takes position and red's on the lawn, blue can clear it to the far boundary, the eastern boundary, and it would force yellow to shoot at black then, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I
But
mean,
with it being off the lawn, it's safe.
he's short again. It's probably runnable, but that's short, isn't it?
It is. Yellow will take position. Blue will clear yellow. Red will clear black.
Very neutral at this stage. Oh dear, is that reaching?
I'm not sure it is, Jen. Yeah, that is really bad because black has a northward clearance on yellow, and I think we're probably going to see blue take position. And if Rob thinks his position is sufficiently bad, red may take the hoop on.
I think so, yeah.
And it's not what Rob's wanting out of this. He would much rather have had yellow in position and started to force a series of mid-pace exchanges. Short, isn't it?
It's not flash.
So it's definitely open the hoop.
That's a free go, I think.
We do think black's irrunnable though, don't we? So it's hardly a free go.
Well, all black can clear yellow to its chosen wide spot.
Again, it's not an easy hoop for blue.
No.
So I think it's a legitimate. This is my best chance of winning the hoop.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's a trivial hoop for black either, but yes, it's getting really messy. Robert's a bit behind here. Have a go at your hoop.
Oh, good effort. May have blocked black.
Yeah, black's not running that. Black's just hammering yellow away, isn't it?
I think so. No, he looks like he's open. He's jumping. He's jumping, is he? Surely not. He's moved his hands quite a long way down, this mallet.
Yeah.
No, he must just be open on the hoop. Quite angled. That must be disappointing.
He got a lot of that near wire to achieve that result, didn't he?
Yeah, that's a really disappointing shot.
I think we'll see Reg rally a bit, but he's having a bit of a tired patch at the moment.
It's been weak for an hour and a half.
Yeah, Rob came off wanting something to eat. Reg has had a bit of sustenance.
And he would have preferred to have hit that fractionally more on the left.
Good to see the decision made to postpone dinner.
Yeah, so we've got the gala dinner tonight, theoretically at 6:30, but now at the end of this match. Yeah, that's disappointing. See that spectator just walk by as he's taking really an important shot. Referee having to get involved now.
Really good to see Richard Brooks as the referee on this lawn. Decent referee.
But that's the sort of thing that both Reg and Robert will have experienced countless times before in these major events. And you just get back into your zone, do your pre-shot routine and go and hit the shot.
Yeah, you don't let it upset you, you just start again and reset.
Mid-pace clearance, lovely hit. But every time your ball goes the wrong side of the hoop, it opens up wiring areas, doesn't it?
Yeah, there must be a big area there. What I'm wondering is yellow going to have a crack at the hoop?
Well, what I'm looking at is
yellow going to be there?
Missing this positional shot long is better than short because yellow can then rush you to the wild spot.
I think yellow's going to be somewhere near the east boundary though.
But it forces that shot, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think that's a good position from Rob. He's erred on the long side. I think black's going to take red out.
Right.
Let yellow have a go at the hoop if it wants to. Long angled hoop.
Yeah. Might be too angled. It might not even really have a viable shot.
Yeah, just take out this red ball. Get yourself back in the hoop. No.
Not many marks for that. He's rushed it in front of his hoop.
So that's hit it on the wrong side.
Let's see where this comes back on.
And now we need to know things like, has red gone too far to be open on blue? This is a free go, isn't it? This falls into our category of full free go.
Completely free go.
Taking position.
I see,
Different technique.
see what you mean about that. It's sort of more leaning forward, isn't it?
Yeah. So probably tried to block blue at red. There's a lot to be said at the moment for just trying to maximise the pressure on Reg because of how many poor shots he's putting out.
Yeah, this has become a really tense game, actually. There's not the sort of open, lots of clearing aggression here.
No, it's not like Matthew and Robbie earlier, is it?
No, not at all.
He's flicked that yellow, which was blocking. Only had a little bit of red, obviously. And now not only has red got a hoop shot, but yellow's still in front of the hoop as well.
Yep. And if red runs the hoop, yellow's got a free shot up to hoop too.
Yeah.
I think this could be a really long game. I think we're going to really grind out each hoop here.
Good hoop, all the way up to hoop 2.
And he's south of hoop 2. I mean, you saw in the last game that they both had opportunities to run hoops from reasonably short.
Yeah.
And pretty much universally they ran them past the next hoop.
And an immediate break there for Rob. Reg had first play.
Yep. Was it about 50.4% to win the game if you win the toss?
I think some dodgy researcher did that. Piece of research.
Fine quality bit of research.
Lovely positional shot with black, we should say.
Oh.
And Roberts equalled it with
that's
yellow.
perfect.
Fantastic.
Just
Two
drifted past.
Brilliant shots. And there's now a comparatively big wide area. If Robert hits this just off centre, sort of half ball on the left-hand side.
Given how they've been a bit imperfect, are you willing to take this on half ball?
What a fine question.
Maybe hedge your bets for 3/4 and hope it's a half?
As someone who misses on the right, I can justify taking it half ball on the left and missing and hitting it centre ball.
That's good too.
This is close. Oh, he's got it. He's got it. This is a cracking shot.
Well then, hoop's looking appealing, if you can't see black.
It is. Yep.
Nah, it's open.
Is it?
Yeah, he's going to go north of blue.
Okay. Oh, he's got the cut.
That's a beauty.
I think that's overcut. I still think Reg can hit yellow. I think he's completely open on yellow from there. Your power clearance. We haven't seen many shots hit hard in the past hour and a half, have we?
Generally, they've wanted to keep their clearing ball in the vicinity, but this one is just having everything out of the way. This will be a powerful shot.
Reg looking at one of the spectators who's obviously talking loudly.
Well, I was thinking it might be Ben, actually. I'm not sure. He's been pretty cute and pretty well behaved.
So again, just take a moment Start your pre-shot routine again. Oh wow, that was amazing. He didn't hit it hard. Does that, surely that shows a complete lack of confidence?
Yes. Yeah. Well, those hard shots at hoop 9, they weren't that close.
There's another alternative. Blues potentially a little bit too far. I know from our angle up here, it looks like it's probably only 3 feet away, but it could easily be 6 feet away, couldn't it?
Could be 5 or 6 feet. It's just left Rob this clearance though.
Oh wow.
Which he's missed to an offside position.
That's 2 quite surprising shots. We were both anticipating that hard clearance, and then we're expecting Rob to just hit as he normally does from that range, mid-pace.
Yeah, I mean, Rob's pace was fine, but disappointing.
Straight through, nice and clean. Confidence builder.
So Ewan's come with a question of what causes people to miss on the same side every time. Your misses to the right, I think you said?
Yeah, it's bad technique. Neither Robert or myself have straight swings. And when they're crooked, you have a tendency to have a standard miss.
I think shooting hard, you have a standard miss as well. When the bottom hand starts trying to create more power for you, that pushes through, that'll twist your mallet in one direction or another. And indeed, when you're trying to swing harder, you'll bring your backswing back further in a less controlled manner.
That's another miss from Reg. As you mentioned, yellow's offside, so it's not a stronger position for Rob as it immediately looks. But red's pretty good, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, now this is interesting. This indicates he flicked Reg's ball, which we didn't see from our angle. So it is now quite a good position for Rob.
Yeah, no one's making that mistake of inadvertently leaving it there. Another thing I found early on in my career, playing Solomon grip, I found that when I wanted to hit the ball harder and I tightened up my grip a bit, tightening that grip actually turned the mallet.
Yes, that can definitely happen, can't it?
So yeah, the more I tried to have a good technique and a nice firm technique, I eventually worked out that it was just twisting it and making it impossible to hit.
That's the wrong ball.
Come on, Rob.
Always a temptation from the spectators to applaud any clearance, but that's not a good clearance.
There were a bit of applause in the previous game for snicks and things that Reg would have been a bit unhappy with. But it's nice to have an appreciative crowd. Can't argue with the crowd trying to show appreciation of the players.
Yeah, I think probably we lost 50% of the crowd after game 4. They've gone home for tea. Good shot. This is lovely length again. And really, Robert's going to be thrilled with the fact it's gone through on the eastern side of hoop 4. So much stronger than the western side of hoop 4. Reg is in no man's land now. Reg doesn't like playing to the side boundary, which is standard New Zealand play.
Yeah, I think Reg will just come in deep here, won't he?
And he'll come in deep. That's a normal Reg play. He may even come in good position because blue's not that far away from red.
Yeah.
It's probably got about, what, a 16-yarder?
Yeah, I do just like going between red and the boundary, although you have to be very careful that you don't end up giving red a free block.
Yes. So he's gone deep, as you suggested. And that is genuinely deep. That's left a 8-yard hoop shot, probably.
Oh, at least he's not very far south of the peg, I don't think.
Rob will playing as tight as he dare. This is travelling.
Stop.
Ooh, that's an error. out and out error.
You've got to be north. You've got to give every ball you play down there a shot at the hoop.
And with such a good red, he'll be really disappointed with that yellow.
Will he be tempted to have a go at the hoop with red? Given where yellow is.
If it's open, I still don't think he's going to have a go at the hoop. I still think he's going to take position because black's so far away.
Black is miles away, yeah.
And Rob's going to want to keep getting closer and closer to these hoops.
Depends here. If blue gets wide position from yellow, that
Then
might change
red
things.
will have to clear it, won't it?
Yeah.
I still don't think he'll take the hoop on. But that's
Well, he's
open on
gone.
yellow.
He's lost it.
And it's not in front by many yards. Probably 20% over hit.
I guess he's not wanting to give red a clearance to stay in front, but it's not nice there.
Red's going through his mental exercise of wiping his forehead,
Flicking it away.
getting rid of that memory of a poor shot. And red wants to block black's attempt at the hoop. I think that's short. I think red's in front nicely, but black has got an open hoop.
Is black going to go for the hoop, do you reckon?
And I wouldn't be surprised to see him take this on. And if he misses, yellow's got a clearance on blue that can take a long way away and get to hoop 5.
Yeah, but blue still's got a shot back at red, so
if he fails this hoop, it could be 4-1 within the next 5 minutes.
yeah, he'll be very aware of that clearance that yellow's got on blue. That is massive. Oh,
He's been lucky. He's flicked the red. I think to be fair, I think he went for the red rather than the hoop.
absolutely. But
But he's flicked off and managed to clear the yellow to the south boundary as well. This actually still isn't a bad position for Robert because red's got the short boundary.
yeah, red's got anything covered that goes anywhere near the hoop.
So I think Robert will play deepish, sort of 2-yard to 3-yard, 30-degree position on the opposite side to the blue ball.
Pretty much there.
That's basically where he's gone, 2 yards away, opposite side to blue. And Reg will feel it's a compulsory clearance on yellow. And he'll be trying to get both the balls off the lawn.
Yes. Yeah, he'll be taking the bottom side of yellow, won't he?
Yeah, so right-hand side of yellow, move yellow up the lawn and take the side boundary for the blue ball.
How do you think Matthew Essex is going to stand up to this pace of play and to the approach of either of these guys tomorrow?
Well, if he plays Reg tomorrow, the game isn't going to go pan out like this. It's going to pan out like a normal GC game.
Yeah, okay.
And the pace is going to be faster, and it's going to be fairly normal. If he plays Robert, it's going to be a different type of game.
Yep.
And one of the questions is Matthew either going to play brilliantly and run all the long hoops that he will get during the game, or is he going to potentially run out of patience if things go wrong and allow Robert to keep dictating each hoop?
I thought he looked a bit impatient partway through the game with Robbie, but he rallied well.
And he played better physically than Reg has been playing in the last few hours.
Yeah, I do actually fancy Matthew for the final. Just a matter of he can keep his cool and stand up for the moment. But having already been in a final, remember Ben Rothman in his first association croquet final didn't put in his best performance.
Yeah,
but then his next World's final.
Exactly. And Matthew had a much better first AC World final than Ben did.
Yeah.
And I think that will stand him in good stead.
Apparently he's the current AC USCA champion.
Yes, he is. Now, Reg has missed another one. And it followed quite a weak shot from Robert, where Robert was trying to get rid of the blue a long way, getting red in front of hoop 5, and basically didn't play a very good shot at all. So yellow's now got an angled hoop. It's less than 45, isn't it? So maybe 35-degree hoop.
Yeah, very, very runnable.
Exactly where he tried to put it. And the jaws is fantastic.
The hoops must be soft now. They've been playing on them all day.
Yeah, and not much hammering in compared to other matches.
Yeah.
3-1.
Lovely
So,
smooth shot.
very good. All the balls are onside.
So getting back to that question we had earlier about missing, having a regular miss or having any miss when
Yeah.
you're hitting it harder. One of the things that's worth doing is standing in front of a mirror or a mirrored window, even in the clubhouse, and doing things like swinging, see what the swing looks like, or also just raise the mallet off the ground a bit and grip it more tightly and see what it does.
Yeah, I mean, correcting a unstraight swing is incredibly difficult. We both know that. We both got imperfect swings. I think one of the things that we work on, and Matthew mentioned it in his interview that we had during this match, was that a lot of one of the things he works on is tempo.
Yeah.
I mentioned that was something that we both worked on.
Yes.
Now Matthew's got a much better technique than either of us. His swing basically goes straight back and straight forward.
Yes.
But still, tempo is a good thing to work on, isn't it?
Yeah. Just creating something that's repeatable. Same tempo, same speed, same direction, anything repeatable.
And it's common in stationary ball sport. So Cameron Smith, who won the Players' Championship and then the Open Championship at golf this year, one of the things he's mentioned is all he actually works on, really, at the moment, is tempo. The rest of his game is pretty good. Once he gets his tempo sorted out, he's completely happy. So Reg wants to play in with black, trying to block yellow at the blue. It's good effort. Very close.
Very good shot.
And he's blocked Red's backswing, which is a lovely second prize. So Robert knows that even if he manages to clear the blue, Red isn't just in lovely running position. So it's not a good position. And one of the things I think, if black was really tight, like millimetres away from Red,
yep,
he needs to look at what they call the plant
yes,
in snooker. Can he hit black onto Red?
Ewan's looking at the live feed and says that black is covering half of blue, so even if you hit blue, you have got a chance of cutting it into the hoop. So this plant is an interesting option. Or the hoop if you've got a hoop.
The hoop if you've got a open hoop as well, yes. Hoop's open, Ewan says.
Fencing the hoop here.
I don't know what Rob's going to do. I honestly can't call this next shot. I think he'll play just a basic clearance on blue. Great shot.
It's got all of it.
Great shot in the middle. Keeping yellow close to the hoop. And now, because of how close black is to red, I don't think blue's going to be shooting anything. Blue's going to be playing back in.
Yep.
But it's still a strong position, this, for Reg, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we've got two balls tied up, and this is what should have been going on at hoop 11 in the previous game. Just leave those two balls tied up and compete with the other two.
Exactly right, Jenny. And this time he has taken the sensible choice of just playing back in.
And beautifully.
Really good shot.
I don't fancy opening black up because I think black's running the hoop.
But you potentially, if there's a sufficient gap between red and black, you could stop it away.
Yes.
Keeping hoop position with red. And he's calling Richard Brooks, our referee, excuse me, on to watch this shot. And the referee marks the ball, so if it's a fault, the opponent has the choice of leaving them where they finish or putting them back where Richard's marking them.
Can you get this far enough that it's useful to have moved it?
It's all dependent on how close they were. I think already the answer to that is yes.
Yeah,
That's definitely been useful, hasn't it?
he's played it well. I don't think he can see yellow.
The question we can't quite tell from here is how far behind blue is red. I think it's quite a long way, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah, you've still got this risk of not hitting red perfectly and clearing blue, but less likely to happen from this range.
Yeah, perfectly good. We should end up in a neutral position again soon when yellow hits blue, particularly if it hits it more or less in the middle.
I suspect from commenting on this all day, you'll have talked about neutral positions so often. There's no need to finish the hoop in a minute.
Absolutely. When Robert feels he's sort of behind in the hoop, his number one aim is get back to neutrality.
Yep.
It's not, a lot of people here who go, oh, I'm a bit behind in the hoop, I want to generate a 10-yard hoop.
Yes.
From the south boundary. And Robert's idea is, no, let's get back to neutrality, and perhaps eventually I'll end up running it from the jaws.
I mean, that's just a testament to his tactical mastery, though, is that he can see positions, he can choose options that will give wires, that will give opportunities to let him get back into it.
And as well as that, you need to be able to hit your mid-range shots, these 6 and 7 yarders, more or less centrally, consistently, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's a big skill that he does have.
But you never see Rob getting in a bit of a tangle, doing something a bit daft, and suddenly being behind in the hoop. Occasionally he'll do something physically poor, but not very often mentally poor. There was a really shake of the head there.
Yeah, I mean, he wanted good hoop running position there, didn't he?
And it looks like he's given black somewhere to clear to with a wire, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, you can hit it on the left and maybe get a wire, and you can hit it on the right and cut it to corner 4, which is also pretty good.
Looks like he's going for the right.
He's missed it.
He was definitely going for the wire with the left.
Do you
Poor
think?
shot.
I mean, I honestly don't know. He's just. You mentioned he thought Reg just looked really tired after that 4th game.
Yeah.
And these shots, that one where he refused the firm clearance?
Well, yeah, we seem to have got to a position where he doesn't want to play a firm clearance, and he's not really playing the mid-range clearances particularly well.
Yeah. It's not the same Reg we've seen for the past 3 days. And this is why Robert was so frustrated with that red.
Yeah.
Because now he's in a position where blue needn't even shoot at red, blue could play in here.
Yes. I'm not sure how far back it is. It looks long, though, and it looks angled.
I think given how much Reg has missed, he's going to play in here and try and put some pressure on the hoop shot.
Can't really underestimate how much the heat of the day might have affected them as well.
Yeah, it's been hot.
We've been going for a long, long time.
Yeah, really important to stay hydrated during any match you're playing, really, isn't it?
They don't seem to be drinking very much during the games, which have been long as well.
Yeah, Rob's got his water bottle in his hand now, I think. Oh, no,
It's his mallet.
It's his mallet. I'm blind. I apologise. I'm being laughed at.
But yeah, not by me, by the way. Yeah, haven't seen them drinking a lot, actually, during the game.
Looks good from Reg. Hasn't blocked red at the hoop, but it's a lovely, pretty straightforward hoop for him. And obviously red will, I think, take on the hoop this time, because yellow can still clear blue if the hoop were to be failed.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a backup, and if he fails the hoop, very likely to stay very close to it.
And this is for that 4-1 lead that I mentioned might happen. Probably taken more like 10 minutes than 5 minutes, but big shot. Restalk. Rob said after game 4 he wasn't happy with his swing. It wasn't coming
Okay.
through as straight as he wanted.
Okay.
Middle of that far wire, not a great shot.
He hasn't blocked himself, has he?
No, he's just
Good.
bounced out wide. And I don't think Reggie's in the mood to do anything exciting like black at yellow hard.
Reg was taking some lovely shots in some of his earlier matches, obviously under less pressure. You know, taking on, I think, one of his possibly block play matches. He just ran hoop 10 from south of the peg,
Yeah.
and it just felt like he was practicing a bit, but all a bit more serious here. Oh, he's lost that. Oh dear.
That's not very good. So, this should be within Robert's range. He missed that one up at hoop 2, didn't he?
Yeah.
But otherwise, 7 yards.
Even if he doesn't hit this brilliantly and centrally, Black's not in hoop running position by the look of that.
Correct. Correct. Just needs to move blue. Yep,
Oh,
that's fine. Yellow stayed within range, about 7 yards away.
I mean, under normal conditions, you'd expect Black to be in front of the hoop and Blue to be having a go at red here, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. That's standard play. And the excellent speed of the lawns has just made taking position that little bit more difficult. And it's generating these more tactical scenarios, which I think we're both enjoying.
Yeah, and indeed the hoops are just challenging enough that you can't just bully it through. I think a lot of the crowd you'll find that's left are players that have gone to get changed for the gala dinner as well.
This is hoop, isn't it? Is he taking a hoop on? Maybe red doesn't run.
Yeah, if Red doesn't run, he could fancy a free go and, again, a bit of a loosening of the pressure on himself.
The thing about free goes at hoop 5 from the boundary is it's a lot more difficult to guarantee hitting the middle of the wire than it is when you're taking hoop 1 from the south boundary.
Absolutely, yeah.
And it's almost as if Robert's play has put the doubt into Reggie's mind.
Well, and a few misses and mishits as well. But, yeah, he's not looking as strong now.
I should guarantee he runs this off one wire, shouldn't it?
Yes.
No, no.
Nice position.
It's a mid-pacer at the red ball, which has hit the black ball, and basically looks completely rubbish. If red can't run the hoop, I think he's got a double clearance here.
So,
Oh no, it's
just getting rid of blue, getting somewhere that's runnable, aren't you?
this is jumpable. He could play a flip through this.
Yeah, this is about the angle that I saw Richard Bilton play a beautiful flip.
Her hands have gone down the mallet, so this looks like a normal jump shot. Make sure you miss the near wire. Hit the far wire, bounce, spin through.
I'd like a bit of elevation here.
No, not very good.
I think you need elevation that needs to be a sort of a hop so you get as much spin on it as you can.
It's one of the reasons I thought he might play a flip.
Yeah, I didn't expect to see him standing up like that. It didn't look like a technique that was going to be successful for that sort of stroke.
So, can you play a shot here moving both balls in front of the hoop? So
You certainly can. That's your specialty.
I was really wondering whether he had the angle.
I think black will have to go deep to achieve this angle.
Well, that's okay. If it's
Yeah.
about 4 or 5 yards deep, that's fine.
Yeah, just kind of feathering the blue and getting black to follow on. No.
So he's didn't look happy with that at all, did
No,
he?
hand dropped off the mallet. Didn't look pleased at all.
I think blue is in front, so I think yellow's going to have to clear it. So it's not bad.
Yeah.
but probably not quite the shot he wanted.
Yeah, I mean, I thought if he'd hit that sort of 8th ball, he could have had black further down and had a bit of both.
Yeah.
Both in front.
Yeah. Good shot in the middle. So black's not in front because he's not quite got that flicky shot that we were mentioning.
I think we'll be seeing red clearing blue after it takes position, won't we?
Exactly. Yeah. I can't hear.
There's a question about what you mean by a flip.
Okay, right. So a flip would be where you're moving your mallets quite a long way, your hands quite a long way down the mallet. The top hand will probably be at least halfway down the mallet, and the bottom hand will be quite close to the head. Obviously, you're not allowed to touch the head with your hand, and then you'll be bending over, creating the angle to hit down on the ball, and your hands are much lower down the mallet. And one of the theories of the shot is the ball starts spinning forward faster than with a standard jump shot.
Yeah, your priority is to generate spin rather than forward velocity. And the hope is that, well, with these hoops that are coated, it actually grips the coating on the hoop as well. Flips are much less successful with Atkins hoops or these cast iron, stainless steel ones. And then when it hits the ground, it's still got that spinning motion on it.
So Reggie's done the right thing here, I think, and he's tried to take position on the opposite side to red. The question is, has he hit it far enough for red to feel the need to move blue?
He hated the shot. He immediately wiped it, flicked it away, wiped his forehead to get rid of that shot.
Okay, and this is basically red feeding a ball into black to clear. We'd normally say this is awful, wouldn't we? But this is just trying to extend the hoop.
Yes.
Rob probably believes Reg can't hold position to run the hoop if he hits it in the middle.
It's a matter of how much Reg can go south.
Yeah, see, that's not really a great hoop running position. It's possible, but I think we're going to see this blue ball cleared and yellow taking possession of that south boundary.
Yep.
And red isn't going to feel the need later on to come back and shift the black.
Yeah. Just a wee bit worried about black getting into the jaws from here. As things slow down, they get a bit more moist as well. It's going to be easier.
That's a good point, actually. The hoops will become less sort of bouncy and springy, won't they?
Yeah, when you've got the heat of the day, sticking something in the jaws is just fraught. It just pings off.
Do you think Reg might try and improve black?
Yes.
It's dangerous, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure it's a shot you like.
I think that's a better option. Don't try and do anything too clever. Put a basic ball back in front of the hoop.
Well, is that blocking yellow as well? It might be a basic excellent ball.
It might be a big double as well.
Yep. The crowd didn't go wild on the south boundary.
No. So I think Rob's going to be completely comfortable allowing black this hoop. Remember, Robert's 3-1 up. If black runs it by 2 inches, Rob's going to be happy.
So you're going to clear blue then?
So I think he's going to allow yellow to do the job, and he's going to play in. Needn't even play in too deep. He can play in fairly close to black. And given how dodgy his position's been at that hoop, yellow getting a go from where it is.
It's always quite interesting if you can find a position to talk your opponent out of playing the shot you don't want them to play. You know, if you're worried about black going in the jaws, give Reg every reason to use that black to clear red. And at least then you still got your 10-yarder.
We saw a fascinating position a bit like this, where a Mokarem, I think it was, played red just south of the peg.
That was a fabulous position. That was, if you think about blue and yellow's positions being almost swapped, and Mo playing in with his well, essentially red ball, so that he had the option of taking position with 2 balls at hoop 5, which would have got this ball on the boundary to take the hoop shot on.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's played halfway to the peg, and suddenly Matthew's going, "Oh, I'll clear this ball." So obviously it's a long hoop shot, but I thought it was brilliant to stop him taking on a shot that you don't want him to do.
Yeah, so Robbie's shooting here. And it's not clear which ball is optimal. Black's got a really tough hoop, and blue is obviously much better position and is the ball that is played before red. So from a tactical point of view, that's the ball you really want clear. That would have got him back in the hoop. As it is, he's missed, but even having missed, he knows yellow is probably going to get some sort of shot.
Yeah, I mean, your problem with blue is that blue is going to run the hoop up to 6. You really don't want someone running a hoop from where blue is. If he wants to run it with black, good on him.
Yeah, if he runs this by 3 inches, Rob's going to be happy, I think.
Yeah.
First play to hoop 6, 3-2 up.
If he runs it by 3 inches, we might see him rushing black up there as well.
That is true. That can go wrong though.
Yes.
Tries the draws, far wire. Now he's 2 balls down here, so this should be a hoop shot, I think.
I've seen a few times Reg letting go of his mallet after shots he doesn't like.
Yeah.
Showing a bit of frustration.
You know if you hit the blue that your yellow is probably finishing north of black. And when blue plays back into position, black can clear the north boundary. So if you take out blue, red has to hit a 14-yarder. So take your hoop on.
Yeah, you're in front of your hoop, have a shot at your hoop. He's done really well to generate the opportunity here.
This is for 4-1. And it is an important shot because if he misses it, he's going to go offside.
Yep.
And blue is probably going to run 5 and soon be 3-all.
Yeah, with Robert's pace of hoop running, he's probably going to run this up to 6 as well if he runs it.
Shot! And Jenny called that pretty well, I have to say. It's a really useful ball. It threatens the entire area and it can run the hoop.
And where can blue get to?
Well, that's a good question. We mentioned that the hill moves towards the clubhouse. So if he's having to play to the west of the peg, it might move sufficiently that you're not in great position.
Oh, he's just completely on the wrong side, yeah. And you can't play east because of yellow's position. I think the lawns have slowed down enough that we're going to see a lot of really good positional play coming up.
So difficult to see this finishing in the running position, isn't it, from that angle?
I think he had to sit back a few more yards to have anything that looks like running position, really.
It's a remarkably aggressive shot with blue. You know, yellow can clear blue to corner 2, getting to hoop 7.
Yeah.
This positional shot is really important. If he puts his 2 foot straight in front,
It's a massive opportunity for Rob here.
this looks really good.
Needs to slow down.
Oh,
He's
it's runnable.
nailed it. He's nailed it, yeah. And this will be clearing blue to something that's very, very likely to be wired from red.
Certainly a possibility, isn't it?
I think red's given him that extra couple of percentage points by going that far. Oh, he's got red shooting into the sun as well.
Yeah, certainly the sun is going to play an issue for all these northward shots. It's starting to get low.
That was one of James Death's efforts against Reg in the British Opens. He left him a 14-yarder at one point, but he said he's shooting into the sun and he doesn't wear a hat. It will affect Reg a bit, because Reg is a bit of a one for aiming for a distant point. It'll be harder for him to pick that. I thought he might have a go at that as a target.
As did I. He's tried to block blue at yellow at blue.
I think he has blocked yellow at blue there.
All the applause from the Egyptian contingent behind that line and the Americans indicate that he has got that. And if yellow can't hit blue, is it going to take the hoop on?
Or is it going to take black out? Blue's not running. Black's the ball that's just played. I think you've got quite a strong position if you remove black here.
Good call, Jem. I was just tempting you. And you want to hit this absolutely dead centre. Keep that yellow within 4 yards.
And again, you've got a very small percentage for doing something interesting with blue. Unlikely, but hey.
I thought he would have hit that firmer to try and get black further away.
He's had it's a poor contact. But
again, that's really just, he knows the hoop's going to go back to neutrality, and he had an enormously strong position before Reg played that block.
yeah, I mean, he's just kept the hoop alive, really, hasn't he, by not overhitting the yellow?
Yeah. Another confidence builder there for Reg, hitting that fairly short clearance, but in the middle.
So do you reckon somewhere down to the peg?
For red
For
here.
red here, yeah.
No, I think red will take good position.
Okay.
And yellow will clear the black when black takes position.
Okay, and we'll just carry on with this sort of dance to see who hits the least accurate clearance.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Red's gone a bit far there, really, because black has got a clearance if it wants to stay in front of the hoop.
Yeah. Equally, I think black will take closer position between red and the hoop.
That's fair enough. Still quite a sizable crowd's gone the distance here. It's been excellent.
I think we should both fess up that we both got this match completely wrong. I went 3-0 Reg.
I had 3-1 Reg, and I was looking pretty good for it for a while in the fourth game.
Yeah.
Robert's just fantastic grit.
That looks pretty good to me.
It does. I think he needs to clear this.
Yeah. Yeah, lovely shot. Reg starting to get into difficulties here.
What do you think of that red ball there?
I think Rob will fancy that. It's a pretty straight in front of the hoop. And yeah, Reggie's certainly feeling the need to move it. I don't blame him. You need to hit this in the middle, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, 4-1 down, you can't leave some sort of speculative hoop on.
So both blue and black at least 7 yards away from the hoop. Yellow very close, and red gets to play in next. A clear advantage for Robert.
You can just see the patience that Robert's shown. Some of his shots have just been a little bit more accurate than Reg, and he started off a few percentage points up, having run that hoop up to 6. Has he managed to play into a block there, do you reckon?
I don't think so. And I'm not convinced Reg would be playing a takeout, even if black was open on red. To me, this is a position where black wants to take hoop running position.
Yep.
In a position where yellow can't easily clear it, keeping position.
Yeah, you probably want to wander just past the red, won't you? Use red to protect yourself.
Exactly. That's good. That's blocked red's hoop shot. I think yellow will just clear
Yeah.
black.
Yeah, he won't be happy with that. It looked like he was just about dribbling past it, which would have been an excellent position.
Yeah. That's pretty good. Blue once again needs this clearance. And this time it doesn't want to stay that close. It wants to sort of drift another 4 or 5 yards away. It doesn't want to give yellow an easy clearance.
Yeah, he's starting to get a wee way away from the hoop now.
He is. And there comes a time where, if red's actually that far back, you need to play a ball between red and the hoop, don't you?
Yep. That's a good shot. But you are very, very reluctant to do that at 4-1 down, though.
So red will take position, and yellow will have a choice of a clearance on blue. Obviously, black could clear yellow, but that's going to lose black again. So Rob just wants good hoop running position here. And the way for black and blue to get back in the hoop is for black to clear red.
Yep, black hitting red in the middle.
That's short. That's disappointing.
Well, that said, you don't want to give any chance of an in-off.
This is a legitimate for black to take position here. 4-1 down. Except blue getting cleared.
Except he looks like he's shooting, doesn't he?
He does.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Let blue be cleared, and then I'm not sure blue would be cleared. I think black might be cleared.
That's fine. That's fine if black's cleared.
What's he done there?
Rob's just going to play back in here. Obviously, most GC players are licking their lips, looking at blue to the south boundary with red in front, and Rob's just going to play yellow back in.
Just seeing the shot lined up, reminds me of the Worlds where Felix was so dominant. He would just be all over this blue.
Absolutely, and I think one of the things to mention for tomorrow is Matthew Essick has been awesome at this length of clearance.
But Robert's just got a different tactical style, and
He's got
the
physical inability to hit it that hard.
Yeah.
And he's playing to his ability.
I mean, plus, just think about it. If you hit the middle of blue and stay somewhere near the hoop, blue's taking the hoop on.
Yeah,
that's
a mistake. Opportunity to get 2 balls in front of the hoop, and he's failed.
It's a good opportunity here for Reg to actually take control of this hoop now.
So, in an ideal world, you've got 2 options. You can either clear red trying to get blue wide from yellow, or you can play an absolute dead stop shot, leaving blue in front, accepting black is going to clear yellow. So he's gone for that second option. He's moved on a couple of balls more than he would have wanted, but I still think that blue is nicely runnable.
Yeah.
And now we'll be licking his lips, black at yellow firmly, trying to get black over to hoop 7 as well, to start clawing this 4-1 deficit down.
Yep.
This is short, isn't it?
That's right.
No, it's good. It's good. Really good.
And normally you'd look at this and go, Reg is just hammering this to corner 2, but tonight at this stage,
I do think he's going to hit this much harder. He's hit some of his clearances.
he will be hitting this hard, I believe.
Only flicked it. He needed that extra pace because it's still finished 3 yards on the lawn, hasn't it?
That didn't look like an assured shot.
And Robert is going to clear blue now.
Yeah, blue's runnable.
The only question is mid-pace or firmly.
Oh, I reckon probably to about the level of hoop 5, although that will leave Reg a shot at the hoop.
So that's his firm shot, isn't it?
Yeah. And where you use the word firm or hard, it's often a very different. That's where your technique starts to break down when you try and go to hard.
And he's missed that on his normal right side, and I think Reg isn't going to run his hoop.
No, well, he's all over red. although he's got black in an interesting spot, yellow's miles away.
Yeah, I still think he's going to stop right away. 90% of the time, Reg is going to run the hoop here. You know, he's not even going to look at red because he knows this is the right tactic in golf croquet. When you get this type of hoop, you just run it, don't you?
So why not now? Why are you going to let yellow come back up?
Because I think Rob's messed with his mind enough to actually put that doubt in his mind.
You're giving Rob a shot at the hoop.
No, I'm hoping to play a good stop shot clearance.
Yep.
And, you know, hopefully that's going to be good enough.
Fingers crossed we're going to block yellow.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And this is astonishing. So, really nicely played shot physically.
Yep.
From a tactical perspective and a how to play GC perspective,
Horrible.
we are astonished that this hoop hasn't been run with black onside.
Not horrible, that's a bit harsh, but yeah, you've got black on side and yellow's
Yellow
other side of the world.
a million miles away on a lawn that isn't easy to take position on.
Yeah.
And Rob's still got this 14-yarder, followed by a double.
I think it's getting a lot easier to take position on. It does look like it's slowed down.
That's the first bullet dodged.
Yep.
Yellow's got a double.
We've now
I
got red
believe.
offside.
So black needs to close the gate. That's Tony's term, isn't it?
Yep. Yep, Tony Stevens is very big on, don't just take position, block whatever low percentage, million miles away shot they've got. Don't give them that shot. And the Egyptians are really, really good at, if you leave the gate open, they'll put a ball through it. Just looks like it's going too far.
Yeah, good call, Jan. Not a bad effort. It's only sort of a couple of feet out. And doubly double time.
Yeah, completely free go for Rob. He's going to stay on side. Very unlikely to rush peel anything.
Needs to avoid hitting that left-hand wire to stay on side.
Yeah. Avoiding the right-hand wire to go miles away. Looks interesting, isn't it?
Just missed it. A couple of, probably 2 or 3 balls away from that. So Reggie's got away with that. But whilst we say he's got away with it, yellow's on site in a really good place. And it was in a shocking place.
Yes, Rob's had the opportunity to bring yellow back with Reg not taking that hoop on.
So you could jaws this, couldn't you?
Yes.
Get it in the jaws.
Why didn't he? He played such a superb shot in that last game.
It was weird, wasn't it?
It was just blade of grass perfect in that last game.
It's a good yellow. Okay, red's offside, and that's going to be the positional ball, but yellow's a fantastic clearing ball.
So, if you go into the jaws, Rob's got to shoot back at black. It's got a very small chance of hitting blue and peeling it.
Yeah.
There's a lot to like about that. At 4-1 down.
At 4-1, I think that's the important point. If that was to go 4-2 up, you'd probably just take your point and go 4-2 up.
Yeah.
But it's to go 4-2 down, and he really hasn't generated much of an advantage at hoop 7. Obviously, red has to take position.
Yeah.
But you know, when Reg takes position with black, I think he may be forced to take position off the north boundary.
Yeah, and when we saw Reg previously, he rushed his partner through, so partner's close for its clearing role, and yeah, gets beautifully in front of the hoop.
So Rob's done the right thing in terms of his miss. You're much better missing long than short there. But he'll be a bit disappointed Red isn't in running, easy running position.
Interestingly, black can't get to this boundary in front of the hoop. Not really. Yeah,
I think it can, because it can go vertical.
It can jump the hoop, yes. And I think he probably wants to. I can't see any bit of the lawn that you'd rather be than 7 yards dead in front of your hoop here.
I agree.
But let's face it, Reg can easily jump that if he chooses. Will he just take position and clear red with blue?
It's not strong enough.
No. But given how straight they haven't been hitting the balls, is 7 yards from your hoop strong enough?
It's not necessarily a hoop running ball, although it could do that. But it's a control ball, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, if all you need is a control ball, you can just smash it past the hoop, to be fair. But you're putting it very close to the blocking line for red, if you do that.
No, I think we both know Rob's going to be wanting to play balls in.
Yep.
And if I've got a ball directly in front of the hoop, I'm more likely to have a nice double target. So he's missed the hoop by as little as he can, and he's played off the north boundary. And I don't understand why that position is better than having jumped over the hoop to 5 feet further east, dead straight.
I don't really think that there's any prospect of Reg not getting over the hoop. You know, I don't think that there's a physical constraint there.
No. And Rob's disappointed with that. You mentioned these lawns are slowing down now.
I don't know what he was trying to achieve with that, to be honest.
I think he was just trying to pop it in front of the hoop.
Yeah, given blue's out there, I wouldn't mind popping it in front of the hoop, blocking blue. Maybe he's in the way of black.
I think he's got black and blue the wrong way around.
Maybe I have.
So Reg is feeling the need to get rid of this yellow.
That's a big error.
He's missed it. I think probably worth explaining why he's taken that shot. And I think it's because there isn't actually much better to do.
Yeah,
there are lots of bad places to put the blue.
There's nowhere you can go as blue, so yes, clearing a ball is a reasonable option.
So 2 options here. Play tight into the hoop, blocking black's hoop.
Yep.
Or take this jaws on gently. I prefer just playing in.
I prefer playing in. No, you missed the jaws, it's leaving everything open. Come on, Rob, hit that ball.
Oh, it's held. Oh, my. Well, let's give him credit for having played for 8 hours on the lawn and knowing that that hill existed.
And give him a lot of credit for being a very lucky man as well.
It looked like it was missing it by 2 balls, didn't it?
It did.
And now we're down to what I think Reggie's the best player in the world at.
Knowing Rob, he very well did play for that.
We've got a nice angle. Well, that's not very lucky. He's managed to land short of the red, come up and hit it, and rush peel it from actually quite a long way away.
Yeah, and I wouldn't expect Reg to have got anywhere near red.
No, you just expect him to throw a nice bouncing bomb, land short, hop over it, and at least hit the wire of the hoop.
Yeah, one of the things about Reg is he's got so much power, and with that enables him to have a lot of control over those shots.
So 5-2 lead now to Rob.
It's not in front.
On the positive, well, no,
See?
he's played there deliberately, Jan. That is
Right.
a deliberate effort. One of the good things for Reg is black went down to 8 legally because it
Yeah.
hit the red. And Rob's deliberately taken the west boundary side of hoop 8, saying, hey, black, you're not going to clear me very far there.
Reg did immediately say good shot to him as well. And yeah, I don't see any big power clearances coming from these two. I don't think they're going to fancy it.
We've seen quite a lot of the youngsters play this week, and when things start going wrong for them, their balls get completely out of position, don't they?
Yes.
And I think you've seen Rob take lines of play where even if he loses a hoop, his balls remain in pretty good position for the next shot. That's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a brilliant shot.
Oh, Reggie's starting to get in all sorts of trouble here. I think black has to clear red.
Yeah. Yeah, you fancy catching that slightly on the left, taking over that short boundary.
About time he played a good shot. And again, normally we would see power there.
I'm astounded he didn't hit that hard. I mean, on the angle that he hit it, he's still going off the boundary, which he's done now, and you'd have red up past hoop 2.
Yeah, the only explanation is he feels completely out of touch with his power game.
Yes.
And is that because Roberts dragged it down to this positional game?
I think that's probably a big factor. He's probably tired as well. It's been a really long day, but yeah, I think Robert has, you know, he turned it into very much a positional battle in the British Open, and he's succeeded in doing that here.
I think what Roberts would like to do here is hit it fractionally off centre on the left to potentially move it behind the hoop and leave yellow in front. The problem is, if you hit it absolutely in the middle, you could rush peel it.
Yes.
And being 5-2 up, giving Reg first play to hoop 9 is not going to be on the top of his priority list.
It's a pretty short shot, though. I think we'll see him just play this fairly gently. Just try and gently tuck it behind the hoop.
What about rushing it to corner 4?
I don't think red's close enough to the hoop.
Fair enough. So we're thinking sort of 3/4 ball on the left.
Yeah.
Just nudge it behind the hoop wide from red.
As you say, 100% do not do not rush peel it. Ooh.
So he's moved it.
An interesting question. Someone's asking on the feed, do you think that the fact Reg hasn't dropped a match so far is bad preparation for this moment? Probably, I guess the question might be recast as hasn't dropped a game as well.
Yeah, it's a good question. Certainly losing your first game in a match can be a little bit of a shock if you haven't played during the tournament and lost one. So he's had that mental barrier to overcome. I think I'm going to ask it a slightly different question. How does it feel as Robert to have won every single match you've played in this event so far, and every single match you played in the British Open, and in between that he's played the Parkston Open weekend and won that? He's just won all the time.
Yeah, I mean, people look at Robert, they say he doesn't have the power game, he doesn't have the rather wonderful jumping abilities of Reg, and he can jump, but nothing like what Reg can achieve. But tactically he's very strong, mentally he's very strong, and physically in terms of positional play he makes absolutely the most of everything he's got. And yeah, he's got this fantastic winning record. He knows he can do it.
That is 6-2.
That blue was a horrible shot, wasn't it? Might have got a bit of hill.
Might have got hill. There is a hill down that area, but equally What are we now, 8¼ hours in? You probably know about it, don't you?
You're trying to play some real precision play though. But yeah, he'll have hated that. It got a lot of the wire.
And again, yellow fantastically on side. If black plays a lovely positional shot, yellow will clear it.
Yep.
And that is a lovely positional shot.
Yep, and yellow just clears it. They're both on the boundary. Honours even.
The only danger is hitting it absolutely dead centre and leaving your ball on the lawn clearable.
Yep. I know it sounds like a silly thing and you're generally pleased to hit something in the middle, but your ball can go 30 yards if it's left there.
And noticeably Rob hit that harder than normal.
Yeah.
Because he knows the danger of leaving yellow on the lawn.
And a wee trot after the balls, that's a pretty confident looking gesture.
And, you know, if we go back 6 weeks to the final of the British Open, what was the score in the third?
I can't remember. 7-5. And he was in absolutely all sorts in that second game. You know, he had a ball in front of 13, yes, but Reg had a half ball clearance from, what, 8 or 9 yards? And Reg was desperately unlucky, hit him on the wrong side and peeled him, and brought Rob completely back into things.
I thought the final score was 7-3 in the third game. I thought Rob won 6 consecutive hoops from 2-0 down.
I think he did, actually. I think you're right. I think
Um,
you're right.
so
I'm going to fire our statistician in that sense, in that case.
I think it was 7-3 in the decider, and we're already at 6-2 here. That's a very dominant set of stats, I think.
It is sort of what happens. I mean, with these guys, at least they do grind out each hoop. But there's a sense, well, I was going to say there's a sense of trying to catch up, but Reg made no effort with that at hoop 6. Yeah, I
It
thought
was the strange hoop 6, wasn't it? Having done all the good work and got there, 4-1 down, that he didn't try and do more to generate a positive position at hoop 7.
Yeah.
So Reg clearing the red ball. Again, be interesting to see where it's his normal sort of hard shot, or whether he goes at this quite wibbly middle medium pace that he's been using this match. No, it's
Wibbly.
wibbly middle pace again. Good shot.
Good shot.
Really good shot.
But the fact he's felt the need to do that, because if you hit it hard, you still get the same outcome with black.
Absolutely. It is a sign of weakness, isn't it?
Seven 3 final score. So yep, Reg let Robert back in the door with that unfortunate rush peel in the second game, and then Robert really did play well in the last game.
Yeah, he went 2-0 down in the decider, and then I think won 6 hoops in a row.
Well, we saw that with JP and Robert Fletcher the other day.
Yeah.
You know, somehow people just get fired up and start to put their game back together.
Oh, I thought
that's
I had a
close.
chance of coming into the draws then. Another good clearance. He's keeping neutrality in the hoop. Reg's clearly favourite. He's got a nice ball in front of the hoop on the boundary and he's playing in first. Rob's just trying to extend and extend.
Do you fancy having a go at the shot once Black's turn comes around?
Well, the whole point, one of the things we've seen from the Egyptians is when they're 5-3 down and Reg is 6-2 down, remember?
Yep.
How often they manage to get in the jaws of hoop 9.
Yes.
And if Rob ends up getting Reg to run this hoop from the boundary, he will not be unhappy.
Absolutely. I haven't really seen Reg play much that indicates he wants to wibble into the jaws of hoops.
No.
I think there was one shot earlier where he did.
So it's now turned 7 o'clock. That is a 9-hour match.
Yeah, obviously they've had lunch break, but they didn't have a very long break.
It is an astonishing number. I I was suggesting the manager should have staggered these matches today and have one start at 9:30 and another start about 12 or 12:30. And I have to acknowledge that I would have put this match on first.
You would have put it on first, yes.
The other one was never going to take that long, whereas this one always had the potential to be a marathon.
Yes. And I mean, how much is this going to affect whoever's victorious tomorrow?
So good question.
Now, Robert's got about an hour's drive home. Reg will be anticipating attending the gala dinner that follows this match.
Yeah. So he's taking the hoop on. Outside of the wire, up to the north boundary.
He's in all sorts now.
He is in all sorts now. Fundamentally, yellow's going to take position. Blue's going to clear yellow. And then if red takes position,
Reg is going to lose, yeah. There's still Rob's got to run the hoops. Yeah, his hoop running hasn't been that assured today, but I do rather like his position. Hitting the middle of this is reasonably strong, but just surviving that red taking position. Yeah, we want to see the old Reg of a couple of days ago putting this into corner one, really.
yeah, he has played some magnificent stuff during the tournament. Very good shot there.
He's played it really well. I thought we'd get something firmer, but he has played that perfectly.
And that is going to give sufficient time for black to get back down to hoop 9.
Yes.
That blue controlling the area. This is far from over. Red's deliberately played deep so blue can't clear it. And red is guaranteed pretty much a hoop shot here.
Yes. Well, is red off the boundary?
No. Sorry, it is off the boundary, yes.
Right.
So it's in lawn.
Yeah. Sorry, that was.
And so yeah, red could cut it to corner 4 with a really good shot. But step 1 is from a long way away. Black needs to take position.
Yes.
And well, let's be greedy. Let's say blocking red at the hoop.
Yes. So reaching.
These lawns are slowing down. And I think it's good.
It's probably a
I
very,
think
very
that's a good shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, gentle applause, appreciative of that. And yellow's taking position here. Presumably trying to get behind the black so blue can't clear it. It's not far away.
Yeah.
No applause indicates it's going to be open.
Yeah, I think looking at the angles of those two balls, I'm not sure that you could actually fully hide behind black.
So, lots of choices here. Blocking red at the hoop. Dribbling up to red and snuggling it. That's your best case scenario, I think, for red.
Successful snuggle, yeah, will probably win you the hoop, given depending on how good black is. I kind of feel he's possibly taking this to corner 4.
Might that give him a wire with yellow, do you think, if he snicks it to corner 4?
Could do, or it could just give him a big clearance to a long, long way away.
I'm snuggling here every time. That's
Yeah,
Reggie's
it's
choice
right.
as well. And he's happy with that. So, if Rob can't hit black here, I don't think he's going to do anything too aggressive. One of his choices is to flick off the blue, putting blue directly in the line of 9 and 10.
Yep.
So it can't get good position at 10. And just move his own ball up towards the peg somewhere.
Yeah, there's no need to be too extravagant here.
Protect your 6-2 lead. Don't worry about losing the odd hoop. And that's you might not run this hoop shot, isn't it?
Yeah, that is a staying in front of the hoop.
Fascinating.
Well, we're not really sure exactly where black is, but there's a
No.
lot of applause that suggests that it's south.
Exactly. The definite
No.
applause. No, it's why was that a shot applauded if it's not in front of the hoop?
Yeah, it has pulled up. He wouldn't be looking at this if there was any reasonable hoop shot on.
Yeah. Again, he wants to get partner off the lawn here, I think. Sorry, strike his ball off the lawn.
I thought he might just be staying in position here. That's a bit of nothing either way, isn't it?
Wasn't great.
He can't rush it back in with blue. Rob can just take position. You're really threatening to give Rob a shot at the hoop with red here.
Yeah. Can yellow just take this as a free shot?
Yeah.
Hasn't got any great places to go, yellow.
There's nowhere you fancy going. You just fancy going super deep. So, yeah, why not take your hoop on and win?
He's just taking.
He,
Again, it's patience. It's a patient approach.
he fancies his hoop shot with red as well, I think.
I'm surprised that if he took position there, he didn't take position west of the hoop rather than east.
I was very surprised. Yeah, there's a chance of clearing this and stopping, I think, isn't there?
I think so.
Yeah, I don't like the line he played it.
Obviously, playing slightly to the west side might have blocked Red's hoop that he didn't want to block.
Yes.
So he's taken that lovely fine cut. It's a very well played stroke.
Yeah, I mean, I think a part of putting yellow there was to tempt him to leave red that hoop shot.
Okay. There's always some reason for Rob doing stuff, you know. He's a thinking player at both codes of the game.
I like this from both players. It's generated blue a 7-yarder at the hoop.
Yeah.
And also where yellow is, generated a possibility of a rush peel.
Or even just rushing it into the hoop and leaving it there is really quite weak for black, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think it does make that yellow look very deliberate and very well thought out. You know, we fancied it west, but Robert's got, you know, a few angles that he's attempting here.
One of the keys when you're 6-2 up is to try and avoid that position where your opponent gets the short, straight hoop or running from the jaws. And these constant playing in from Roberts are all helping to achieve that aim, aren't they?
Well, yeah, do you think that what Reg might be playing for here, though, is to clear yellow? He's going, am I going to put my eggs in getting this blue through?
I think if that thought has gone through his mind, he's going, God, I don't want to do that.
Yep. You don't want to rely on a 7-yard hoop to stay in the match in the World Championship.
So he's kept black nicely near the hoop, good central clearance, and Rob's just going to play back in again, trying to block blue's hoop stroke. But fundamentally, number one is being in front.
Yep.
And I think looking at this, he's going to be more interested in getting yellow wide from black than blocking blue's hoop stroke.
Yeah.
So I think his miss is long.
Oh no, it's short. That's a miss short. It's not reaching, is it?
Again, Jenny very accurately said they're slowing down. And that is well short, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I'm interested in what sort of shot at the hoop Red's got as well. Yeah, because I think that black's a little bit angled, potentially. Okay, so Red may well have a shot. But yeah, you're asking Reg to run a hoop, which might only go through by a foot. Oh dear.
Almost match ending. Blue rushing red into the hoop and it bouncing out to the side.
Reg is going to feel he's had all the run of the luck against him in this match, I think.
And yeah, I think, this wide position from black is the obvious shot. Lovely. Could have been an extra half a ball further to make the hoop easier, but there's not a lot that black can do here.
Yeah, it was black to play, so there isn't really much he can do. He can't really do anything fun with blue.
You're probably clearing yellow and getting black off the lawn, aren't you?
Yeah.
And then I assume blue's open on red. So our commentators is telling us that both balls are wired from red. In which case it's a fabulous red, and it must be quite angled.
And we must be thinking about setting up for a jump from the boundary.
But Reg is looking at this from inside the corner, so it's not that difficult a jump shot. He's in all sorts, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in dreadful trouble. Yeah, his best option might be the jump from the boundary, but yeah, we're thinking red maybe can run this.
Yeah, if it's inside the corner, you can definitely jump. You might be able to run it on the ground. I think jumping's a better option.
Trouble with jumping, if you fail, you will leave the hoop open.
Oh, I still think that sort of flip has a chance of finishing in the draws.
I do think that's something where AC players tend to be stronger. The flip, the really angled jump shots.
Absolutely right.
Yeah, that's all part of a poor hoop approach, that, isn't it? Digging yourself back out.
So, if Robert were to win this, who is favourite for tomorrow's match?
I think Robert. I just think that Robert can grind Essex down. Yeah, I know Robert's clearly got the patience. His slower pace of play, I think, will be a little bit frustrating for Essex, but Essex got this option of blasting him off the court. I don't know that you can do that to Rob, though.
Well, we thought Reg was going to blast him off the court today, didn't we?
Yes.
And it's not clear that we've been wrong, because Reg has lost his ability, hasn't he, during the match? And had Reg maintained that ability, I think he could have blasted Rob off the court. The question is, how difficult is Robert making it for his opponents?
Yeah, I mean, Rob has really grounded out very well. He's changed the approach. He did this in the British Open, and it took John Paul a game to adjust to Robert's position-taking approach. And then in the final, it took Robert a game to get his position-taking as crisp as he wanted it.
So Ewan thinks there's about 6 mil of this red showing.
It's going to have to hit it quite hard then.
That's a good point, Jenny, and he hasn't been doing that very often.
If you don't blast this, then yellow's just got a trivial clearance on blue to dead.
Yeah. Has yellow got the hoop shot as well? I don't think you want to move the blue. The blue's wired.
Blue's wired currently, but if black hits red, all I can see it doing with red is putting it 8 inches in front of the hoop. Unless he goes with significant pace. And yeah, I mean, if he misses red, I'm not touching blue. And I'm a little bit reluctant with the hoop shot, because that could interfere with red.
Okay, Ewan's found a line of play we haven't mentioned.
Yeah, Ewan's been saying for the last 5-10 minutes repeatedly he wants black to clear blue.
So yeah, black nudges into blue, moves it a couple of yards, and at least blue can hit red. But we still don't know how easy the yellow's hoop is.
Yeah. And Rob's done pretty much what all the players do. He's off the north boundary, he's just completely out of Red's way. Letting Reg have his look, spend his time.
I think the standard is if you take over a minute over a shot, you're breaking the rules, or you can be warned, but this is sort of the final stages, and
this is to stay in the World Championship. This is completely legitimate to take any amount of time needed. So Reg here is going to choose a spot in the distance, isn't he, that he's going to aim hard at?
that's what he does when he's jumping through Rover in Association Croquet.
Right.
So I think he'll use the same technique here. And he's missed that widget that Ewan had described.
So there'll be less black will be hardwired. I'm not having this hoop with yellow.
Because it might bounce off into red.
Yep, not going to interfere with red there. And what do you do with yellow? Do you snuggle it at black?
No, I just take hoop position.
Right.
And you need to take hoop position in such a way that blue couldn't play off yellow into red.
Which is
cuts
easy.
Yellow into red.
Red's very close to the hoop. I think anywhere that you're going to put yellow is pretty safe.
Yeah.
I'm still a bit concerned about red jumping with black.
Now, I think you have to allow him that shot.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like it looks like he's got the opportunity just to run this hoop. But you're always thinking about how can I protect myself a little bit more. I mean, would you potentially play yellow to a line that might get in the way of the bounce for black?
I wouldn't.
You just want to be in front of the hoop.
I want to be in front of the hoop, yeah.
This in case red maybe just hits the far wire and pings away.
I think my main reason is I want to force blue to do something other than take hoop position.
Okay.
Because to me, the best line of play that Reg has got available is for blue to take position.
Yep.
Assuming that red, he can't move red, can it?
No.
So if blue takes hoop position, red goes into the jaws.
Yep.
Black can clear yellow.
Yep.
And yellow has to clear blue from jumping position. I mean, if red runs...
Yeah, you don't play yellow there.
Well, I think he's played it sufficiently far behind it that it isn't really in his way.
Right.
But if red runs, blue can't do anything about it.
Yeah, and this does look like he's played for putting it on that bounce position.
So my suggestion is what Reg is looking at isn't the right option here, and he's actually trying to play back in the jaws.
Okay.
Which is obviously quite good if it works.
Well, if it works, red's not running, and black has got the jump.
Is red going to run it, or is it going to jaws it? And I suppose, to be honest, they've got a much better idea of that than we have from this far away. So.
And if I can run it, I'm running it with Reg on the south boundary.
Yes.
So I think this has got some merit if he reaches.
Right. That's arguably in jumping range.
Oh, got your position. You wanted him to take position?
I probably wanted, a couple of balls further back. make sure you can get over it easily.
Yeah, that's a bit of a hop and isn't guaranteed to get down to hoop 10.
And are we just going to see Rob go and flip this through? Just on the ground? Certainly playing it with his on-the-ground technique.
Definitely playing on the ground. He's put yellow in play a bit. It's not
I
going to
think
enjoy
he's
that.
fine about yellow.
It's a bit back. Yeah,
Very good, very good.
brilliant comeback given the position he got himself into in that previous game.
And Robert wins 3-2, 7-2 in the fifth. And
At
sets up
7:21 p.m.
9 hours and 21 minutes that match. And sets up a fantastic final against Matthew Essick tomorrow.
I almost fancy Rob against Matthew more than Reg, just because of that different style of play. I think can unsettle him.
Interesting, isn't it? I've thought throughout that style of play wouldn't beat someone playing well. I don't think Reg played well in that match.
But if you can stop them playing well against you, that style of play is effective.
Exactly right, Jenny. So tune in tomorrow. It's meant to be a 10 o'clock start, so we'll be doing coverage from about 10 to 10 as the players start their warm-up. And we'll try and get a variety of commentators for what should be a fabulous final.
Yep.
And that's it from us today.
And good luck to both players.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We will be back at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning with the final. Hope you've enjoyed today's play. See you soon.